Casting a ballot will have to wait a little longer for Henrico Mann. In his latest I Have a Story, Greg McQuaid and photographer Cole Pearson introduced us to a man who is looking to vote for the first time in more than 3 decades. But as Greg tells us, he'll have to sit this election out.
I'm not accepted by a lot of people because of my past, but I'm cool with that.
Stan Craddock is ready to turn a page.
When you get locked up as a young person, either you're going to learn what's right or you're going to learn what's wrong.
The Henrico Man doesn't mince words about his past.
Although I didn't see the sun, I knew it existed.
Stan served hard time for a variety of crimes.
Breaking and entering, checks, robbery, assaults, stuff like that.
His 20 years in jail and prison were crushing.
I didn't say 1991, 1992, 1993. I didn't say those things. I just looked at it as one long day, the longest day I ever had.
Released 5 years ago, the 58-year-old is remaking himself.
I had the desire to do right, but didn't know how to do right.
Working full-time, Stan enjoys being a productive citizen.
I am still learning how to re-socialize myself in society.
He also wanted to cast a ballot this election, the first one in more than 30 years.
I applied online to have my rights restored.
But instead of exercising civil rights, Stan will need to exercise patience.
And rights have been restored, but not to me.
When Stan registered to vote last week, he was given the bad news. He's still trying to figure out why.
They say because the governor hadn't restored my rights back.
He says it's possible the right paperwork wasn't filled out or he didn't apply correctly.
I was ashamed to tell people. I was ashamed to tell people.
According to the Secretary of the Commonwealth, anyone convicted of a felony automatically loses his or her civil rights. The Constitution of Virginia gives the governor the sole discretion to restore rights.
I was looking forward to it.
I met Stan in jail, Richmond City Jail, when I was teaching this writing workshop.
Dave Coogan feels for his friend.
That's you teaching and preaching.
Man to man.
The VCU English teacher encouraged Stan and 9 other inmates to pen Writing Our Way Out. The memoir details life on the inside and transitioning to freedom.
You can make yourself into what you were destined to be, even in prison.
You can write your way out.
Yeah.
Dave swells with pride knowing Stan desires to count.
I think it's remarkable that he cares enough to do that when so many people don't care.
While he physically won't be voting in this election, Stan says he still can do his part as an American.
Well, I'm going to put people in my car and I'm going to take them to go vote. Whoever they choose to vote for, that's on them. But since I can't vote right, then I still want to assist people.
This former inmate says he learned the hard way how priceless the right to vote really is.
I was upset because, you know, the mask that I have, it says black men vote. And I advocate for voting and can't vote myself.
Stan Craddock, turning a page in life.
I wanted all the experience that came with voting, waiting in line. If it rained, so be it.
Ready to write a new chapter with ballot in hand.
I'm going to vote. It's just a matter of time. I'm going to vote. It's just a matter of time. And I'm going to vote for somebody. I'm going to vote for somebody.
Stan says he's already shuttled several people to the polls, voters who might not otherwise have a chance to cast their ballot. And until Mr. Craddock can vote himself, he says this is the next best thing. For I Have a Story, I'm Greg McQuaid, CBS 6 News.